there's a little bract at the base of each leaf, and that has only one scale. So that's how you identify the willows. This species, the arroyo willow, was used for baskets. The stems could be used for baskets, arrow shafts. All willows produce salicin, which is a substitute for aspirin.
Are you talking about this plant right
I'm talking
here?
about this gray green.
Okay.
Yes, this tree that's growing right below us. There's a lot of it along the river here.
It's part
It's
of.
got real narrow.
Oh man, we have a couple tributaries that end up. This is what I did to live getting
something like this.
I have never heard of that term, white willow.
Trying to creep.
Our family or something.
Howdy, folks.
Yeah, arroyo willow. It's a more shrubby form of the willow.
Welcome to a special edition of the 3D Sapiens Road Show. We're on a botany tour with Wendy Fisher.
And so you can actually use it for more than just aspirin. It's used to cure toothaches, dandruff, for wound healing, indigestion, and venereal disease. Lots of uses. So everyone knows the willow. Yeah, specious, meaning there's male plants and there's female plants. It's kind of unusual. Most plants have both male and female all on the same plant. This would be a male plant, so there's lots of pollen. These are the pollen catkins that are producing pollen. And so it's kind of unique to have them be separate.
Yeah, I'm close enough. I'm good.
Cool. Those are those round opposite leaves.
Wait, and is it? Just give
Okay.
him a second, because she missed that last one.
Periwinkle invasive, poisonous, very
Yes.
poisonous.
Is it that one that's fluffy looking? I got that in my yard.
We are at the park in Oakhurst, by the way. The library is right there in Oakhurst, and this is the Fresno River coming down. This is about a mile above the poison switch place where I was doing all the rappelling. Okay, getting ready for a group picture here.
Fun photo time. Can you get the whole tree, Wendy? Yeah.
I think I can set my thing over here. That right there is D.L. Milton, by the way. She's one of the three co-founders of the One Tribe Global that organized this workshop.
Okay, we're going to have 10 seconds. Everybody get in the photo. Okay, yes.
Yay!
10 seconds.
Hurry!
Okay.
We're good.
Cool. Let's do one more.
Yeah, one more. Great. I'm so glad that we all could be here in this moment. Oh my God. Yeah, sure. Just breathing in is so neat. I did. Okay.
Very cool. I misspoke though. This is not an elm. I was going off of memory and there are elms at this park.
This guy has got a. It has. It's got definitely got a problem. It's got a scaly mighty thing going on some of the leaves. That
Yes.
which is curling it.
Yes,
up
that's right.
Really tightly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is a giant pecan.
Yeah, I think that the uncurled leaves look pecan.
Okay, got our picture. Yeah, but that's probably, I would, okay, everyone's here.
Yes.
I want to bring your attention to this blue elderberry shrub. This is extremely useful shrub. The berries are really delicious. I like to collect the berries and put them in pancakes. Like blueberry pancakes.
Elderberry.
Blue elderberry. This is a species that used to be a host for the federally threatened valley elderberry longhorn beetle. And up until last year, you were not allowed to cut down a trunk. You could harvest from it. But now they did more research on the beetle, and they found it's a different subspecies down here. So only Merced County and north is it home for the federally threatened valley elderberry longhorn beetle. So now it's a more common beetle that they found associated. So Brad Ditton got fined $20,000 for cutting down an elderberry shrub about 20 years ago.
Did they give back his money?
No. Once it's, I've worked on many trunks, so they're hollow inside, and so you can make a flute or a didgeridoo out of them. The flowers are edible. There's some specimens in the jars inside. You can try to taste the flowers.
The berries are wonderful.
The berries are delicious.
They're fabulous.
I'm not aware of anybody eating the leaves, but the berries and the flowers.
The berries and the flowers. Yeah.
You can make like a salad, the bark and
You have it in your yard?
Oh, really?
Yep. Yeah. The elderberry
Wow.
is wonderful.
It's the whole tree is medicinal.
Yes.
So up
really
here we're
good.
blue elderberry, not black.
Yeah.
This is blue elderberry. There is red elderberry up at the high elevations, which is poisonous. So there are the red elderberry, and same thing with on the coast. There is a blue elderberry that's edible, and the red elderberry is poisonous.
And the distinction is in the berries themselves?
Well, it's the growth form, because like up at high elevations, the red elderberry is only about a foot tall.
I see.
But yeah, there's just different distributional range. The leaves are a little different. The flowers are a little different. Yeah, so even if you think you know what it is, you should definitely key it out and ask around to people who know before you start ingesting. But the berries are red. Red elderberry has red berries, so never eat anything with red berries. Many poisonous berries are red.
What's
if
the
you're not
phone
sure.
app that you can take a photo and then find out what it is?
The valley oaks, obviously, are all of the acorns are edible. The valley oaks are the biggest, probably the largest of our local oaks. They like to grow in stream areas, riparian areas. Yeah, we don't have any, leaves very well. They're deeply lobed, rounded, deep lobes on the valley oak. So we have, do you all know the different species of oaks that we have in our area? Yeah, we have two species of live oaks, canyon live oak and interior live oak. We have lots of blue oaks, black oak. Golden cup oak is called canyon live, also called canyon live oak. And then this valley oak. So I think the black oak were the most, those acorns were most prized for their nourishment and...
That's the hardest wood.
Picture of the shaman door.
I think so.
Yeah.
Are all the acorns from all oaks edible?
Shaman door.
They're all edible.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
After a lot of leaching. Lots of rinsing and
Yeah.
lots of
Oh,
leaching.
really?
Yeah.
And Lots.
Otherwise, it's like an unripe persimmon.
Yeah.
But it is good. I mean, I've had people do making acorns flour and stuff like that. It's quite a neat little exercise.
Oh, I bet.
Yep. So we've got a couple of other little annual forbs here that are edibles. This is pigweed, echinopodium.
Oh, wow.
And those leaves are edible. The flower, when it's flowering and fruiting, it's pretty distinctive. It's not right now, but it has pretty unique flowers. So that's the genus Echinopodium. And then we also have some prickly lettuce, which is a terrible noxious weed, but it's also edible. Wild lettuce.
It's going to give you prickles on your fingers.
Ah! Yeah, and it's characteristic. It has these spines on the midrib of the leaf. I don't know if you can pass this around. It's not so
Okay,
spiny.
okay, great.
It's at an earlier stage of development, so those spines are not going to prickle you too bad.
What did you say? I got this all over my garden.
Yeah, and you want to harvest them. You want to get them out of there
Yeah,
because
whatever.
it will take over.
I didn't get
And
it. That's on
later,
recording.
later on in the summer.
Look it up later.
Wendy, did you tell me
That's
that's the one you can saute? Which is the one you can saute?
You can eat it like spinach. You can cook with
Yeah.
it. You can put it.
So you would cook it down a little bit.
Yeah.
So you cook the whole plant down?
Keep the leaves down. But okay, then the sap is
What about the stems?
Yeah, I think it would
They're
be.
like
They're
scarring.
tastier when they're younger, even.
Well, we picked this one, but it's a noxious weed, so
It's a good one to get rid of.
So
Yeah,
we
it's a
don't
good
have to
one to
feel
harvest.
badly about harvesting bunches.
In every single one. I mean, that you in your landscape, like every single, you know.
And I always don't pull them because I have to go find my garden gloves.
Yes, so you do not want that to take over your yard.
What did you say this one was?
That is called pigweed.
Pigweed?
Pigweed. Phenopodium.
I have dandelion around.
Okay.
And I have a lot of that growing too.
Carnation family.
Chickweed.
It has opposite leaves with swollen nodes like all the carnations.
And that's
And
Wild lettuce?
it has white. It has little white flowers
And just put it in the salad?
that have clefted petals, and you can eat it raw. I feed it to my chickens a lot. In my garden. There's a lot of chickweed.
Have you tried it?
I've never
Finger licking good.
because I'm not kosher.
Alive and dirt.
But I bought it in like tea out of it. I put straight to
Yes.
and the tincture. as
Chickweed
well.
is everyone has that in their yard.
Wild lettuce.
Wild lettuce.
Oh, wild lettuce.
Yes.
Pigweed, I think she called it. Hanging up over the stump.
Oh, okay.
Very good.
Yeah, and you should feel it.
Oh, pig.
Okay. I'm definitely
Something.
Pigweed.
Tall member of the carrot family is poison hemlock. That's the most poisonous plant in California. And you can identify it because if you look at the stems, it has red dots on the stems.
Warning.
We're going to be able to get closer to some other over here where you can really see the red dots on the stems. There are other lookalikes that are edible. You know, wild carrot,
Antidat.
there's queen anne's lace, and those others do have some red on the stems, but they'll be stripes and not dots. Yeah, so those red dots. It looks like it, but the red dots are very different. Yes. I'm not sure. It could be. It's a noxious weed. It's very weedy. It's not something you want to have around. I have to look that one up.
What is the one that looks like a little pointed leaf? Artichoke plant or something? Straight down over your Yeah, that one.
That's a mullein.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a mullein.
Yeah, that's woolly mullein, and I'm not sure about its edibility. I would have to look it up.
Sorry.
Looks very inviting, but you never know.
It does kind of, yeah.
Yeah, mullein and
Rock mullein?
Ay, that's a lot of.
Yeah,
Oh.
stops hemorrhaging. You can also apply it topically to wounds to keep them safe, to protect them. And I know.
Okay, so female version of Aurora
They're
willow.
very complicated. Isn't that beautiful? It's a very graceful looking plant. Wow. Wendy, these big leaf things?
You know, I'd like to see that flowering. I don't want to speak to it because I'm not exactly sure what it is. This here is a Himalayan blackberry, which is a non-native species. It has angular stems, and often they're 5 leaflets, not just 3. But it does have very delicious berries. So if you've been out collecting blackberries, most likely this is the one that you've harvested from.
And they take over.
Yes, it is very, very invasive. It's not. I would not encourage it. Probably. Let's see. Even at a young age, it would have the dots though. No, this is probably some of their carrots.
Okay, that may be a wild one. Okay, that's good to know. Even really young, it has the red dots.
Yes.
So we said the stripes all right, dots or not.
I know, I'm sorry. I just mimicked it. I was looking for something.
Now that looks like a walnut, a young
Yes, there's
walnut.
our native walnut.
Yeah, okay.
That's a
a young. I think that's a young.
It has the pinnately compound leaves. So it's this tree up here.
Yeah, see, there's the big one. So that's a baby.
Yes, and down in Southern California, it's actually a special status species, the Southern California black walnut.
But the black walnut they use is the rootstock, and then they graft white walnuts because the black walnut root system is so solid and great.
Yeah.
And it produces, and the English walnuts can be very fussy. So they use black walnuts as the rootstock a lot, and because they're so hardy.
Wow. That's good to know. Yeah. So you can make dye.
Yes.
Out of the husks of the fruits, and
also a really good purgative for parasites. Black walnut, you do tinctures and teas with the black walnuts, and it is a extremely good parasite killer. In case anybody needs to do that.
you never know when you're going to encounter parasites.
Have somebody come home with a trip.
That's the pollen. Those are the pollen flowers. That's it. Yeah. So this is in full bloom right now. Grasses have different structures. They don't have petals and sepals. They have a lemma and a glume that encompasses the male and female parts of the flowers. But yeah, these are in full bloom right now, and so that's the anthers are producing the pollen. So most likely the female part of the flowers are not receptive right now, because it's in the plant's best interest to cross-pollinate. So it's producing pollen that some other plant will have a receptive stigma for, not this plant. That is some sort of a morning glory. Yeah, not useful. Weedy. They're kind of pretty though.
These guys are just weeds.
I think so. I can't tell you for sure what that is until it's flowering. It has developed a mechanism to. It's called catchweed bed straw. There are these little hooks on it.
Loves you.
This is how it's evolved to disperse itself. So it catches on the fur of animals.
I've heard of a chip on my shoulder. But...
And then there's little hooks on the bottom of the leaves that will cling and catch on.
Bed straw.
Bed straw, also called cleavers.
Nature's Velcro.
And the seeds are edible. You can use this. You can grind up the seeds, roast the seeds, put them in breads, make a tea out of it.
But I'm seeing this. I better start.
You can.
Trying to control it.
This
because
isn't toxic. You don't have to
No.
worry, but it's not particularly pleasant either.
For edibility, no, it's not. It's not. The leaves themselves are not that edible. I mean, it's not going to hurt you, but like it doesn't taste very good, and it kind of would have a weird texture. The seeds are normally what's harvested out of this plant.
What's it called?
This is called cleavers or bed straw, Gallium aparine. So Gallium is the genus. There's a lot of different species.
looks like I better start trying to correct.
And so even the young ones here have the dots on the stems.
Okay, so the
Even the
poison
little
hemlock,
Germans have the dots on the stems.
we are looking at the dots on the stem.
Okay, I'll come out and go sneak them in.
And we've got a native maple growing above us. It is Acer negundo, box elder it's also called. Has anyone ever heard of them getting maple sugar from our local maples? It was one thing I wanted to research before I came. I haven't either. But I was just kind of curious. I wonder why. But the hemlock is really good. I mean, it has a lemon flavor, and if I'm out backpacking almost every night, I'll make it hemlock tea. And they're beautiful too. All of them have these tops that curve. Like
Yes,
that's characteristic of the hemlock tree.
They're so pretty, yeah.
So that's another reason. Common names can
No,
fool you.
it's a tree,
Oh,
and the
the
top
tree.
of it bends
Okay.
over.
This
So
is an
like
herb. It's an
entirely-
annual. It grows pretty large
Yeah,
for
I
an
wouldn't
annual.
try.
But
The hemlock tree, we don't have a hemlock tree here, but the
it
plant
has an
is
herbaceous
that,
form.
the one with the
It's
red
not
dots.
woody.
Like, let's not call all the plants the
Yeah.
same thing. Hello.
Can we
Poison hemlock.
call it?
Very
hemlock?
different.
This is poisonous. This is a tree.
Extremely poisonous.
Wow. There's a lot of it.
I wonder why there isn't more inadvertent poisoning. I mean, that could be something that you could just dumb on without even intending. Wow.
Good for continuing to walk. We can do a loop if everyone's up for it, which this little trail connects over to 426. Then we'd have to walk on the sidewalk past Sierra Telephone to come onto the other trail that comes. Okay. So I don't want to run out of time. So we might want to try to make a little more
faster.
Yes. Make more time. Make better time with a little.
So all of this is right in. This stuff is right. I know.
What is that?
Black mustard.
So we could find a ketchup plant, we'd be pretty much set for hot dogs.
Mustard.
Smile.
If people in Eugene
This is
stopped
the veg.
partying, it would be just a big blackberry
The
bush
poipo veg. Oy vey.
without
Okay.
schools.
Is called shepherd's purse. Capsella bursa pastoris, which is in the mustard family. It has those little heart-shaped fruits, and highly delicious. It grows everywhere. Very, very common.
What'd you call it again?
It's shepherd's purse, and you would want to harvest the seeds. I'm sure the leaves are edible too, but you could just easily collect the seeds and put it in salad or.
Is there ever
Shepherd's
money inside the purse?
This is Capsella bursa pastoris, another member of the mustard family. I don't know where that name came from.
Because is there a yellow
Yeah,
mustard?
we were trying in the process of eradicating it.
There are others.
I mean,
Oh, look at this.
There must be, but maybe it's not in California. I don't know.
Do you think this is a little broccoli?
Oh,
It's like a little bitty broccoli.
it's a black mustard that is just getting ready to bloom.
Oh, wow.
So then these parts you could eat, or is it mustardy? Does it taste?
Yeah.
So
If you're
spicy.
like, I don't think a dog would be this high, so I'm gonna be able to taste. It's not. It is. It tastes a little bit like a radish. They're really delicious.
She said this is the
Yeah, that's black mustard too.
It's black
It's
mustard just getting ready to be.
There's lots of black mustard. Yes, so all of the trifoliums are edible also. They wilt very quickly.
Yeah. But look at how
Let's wait for everyone to get all
pretty.
together.
Oh, that's so pretty.
Could you put those in a salad?
Yeah, there's a lot of different trifoliums. Even in our area, there's probably 20 different species. This one is called the rose clover, Trifolia hirtum. They always have trifoliate leaves. So, let's see. So this is one leaf. Has 3 leaflets. And they have these little flowers are in heads. Sometimes there's a receptacle underneath, sometimes there's not. That's the key to identifying them. This actually is a non-native clover. And from what I understand, they're not highly prized. They're not super tasty, but they're all edible. And I mean, it's a legume family, and so it fixes nitrogen for the soil. So all of the legumes are really important ecologically, including the lupin, all the clovers, just because of that. They have nitrogen-fixing bacteria that live on the roots that fix the nutrients. Yeah, so this is a rose clover.
Looks like we could have those flying up there. Yes, right here. What are these guys? Sweet peas.
Yes, those are sweet pea.
The April flower.
Are there any flowers?
Where?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's the April.
right in front of my face. There's a ladybug right there as I was looking at.
I'm not sure what species it is yet until we find a flower. It might be Vicia americana, and I would have to look it up if that's the case. I don't know. I don't think it is edible.
Here's
Just like the one I thought I looked at.
She doesn't think it's edible.
Looks like, and it's not indigenous.
And most of the species are edible, but this one, I don't know yet what species it is.
Yeah, after last year, I have a bunch of volunteers.
Yes.
That's the deal with volunteers.
Yeah.
One year when I wasn't doing so, that's all I had in my phone.
Oh.
Whatever volunteers.
Yep.
Oh.
This is an edible species here. This is, let's see, what's the common name? Picorus echioides is the Latin name. Picorus, spiny thistle.
Say it again.
Picorus is the genus, P-I-C-R-I-S.
That's not milkweed, right?
Picar.
No, very different.
Pica, spiky, yeah, okay. Spiky what?
It's in the Asteraceae family, so it's just getting ready to bloom
Asteris
here.
star. What?
And the leaves are edible.
What was the second half of the name? Picorus what?
Echioides, E-C-H-I-O-I-D-E-S.
You'd have to, like,
Icky,
Very
horse.
milky sap. Yeah, it has a.
Horse?
Ah,
You can see it's got kind of this
Horse
milky.
something?
yeah. So
It's a weed. It's a noxious weed. It's another one like the lactuca, the prickly lettuce. That's really good to get rid of.
but it's edible and it's the milkweed.
It's not milkweed.
not
It
milkweed.
does have milky sap,
Yeah.
but milkweed implies that it's an Asclepias, which is a whole different, very different plant. So milkweed is the one that the monarch butterflies.
Just be careful with the sap, because you are what you eat, so.
Yeah, I don't think there's any milkweeds on. No, this is a willow, probably red willow above us. I wanted to point out, this is the western raspberry. This is our native raspberry. And it has the real pale stems. They're usually real graceful, arching. And the berries are absolutely delicious. It's also called blackcap. The real small berries, and they're kind of pink. It's just now getting ready to bloom. But it's a great one that you'll find around creeks all in the Sierra. And one that you can also buy at the nursery if you wanted to grow some at the Western Sierra. Or even there's only 5 petals. Sometimes there's more than 5 petals. But its characteristic flowers looks just like a wild rose.
And they're usually white.
This species of flowers are white on the Western raspberry. And real pale stems. And very graceful the way it arches. It's all over Yosemite Valley. In the meadows around Yosemite Valley, you see this everywhere. The animals usually come after the fruit before we have a chance to get them. So you're lucky if you can find a fruit to eat. So everyone can look at it as you walk by.
The second part is vegetables, and grains is this tiny amount.
Excuse me, I'm going to
And
have to
people
go
are-
up
Go
my
ahead, go ahead.
part in the lung.
I'm trying to
Get
stay
it.
out of the way here.
Carbon monoxide might help you.
Good job, DL. Good organization here. Love it.
What DL has here is a Phacelia. That's a native member of the Boraginaceae family. They always have the helicoid sign, so it coils up into, that's the name of the inflorescence, the helicoid sign. It's native, but I don't believe it has any uses. Phacelia. Phacelia. That's the common name and the Latin name.
And you said it was part of the what family?
Boraginaceae. So the bora or wild borage. Yeah, borage which has edible flowers, extremely useful. So it's a relative of that. Yes.
So with the sheriff line over here, is this where they grow marijuana or something?
Yeah, there's some socks over here. They have painted body.
Uh-oh. Hey, good fertilizer, right?
Nobody reads the news. We don't know what happened here, huh?
Oh, thank you.
Moving on.
We're
running
walking.
out of time.
Yes, indeed, and we're
But I
talking.
was so excited that they sold out within minutes because I was just so.
You bought them all?
No, people were talking about what to do with them. I explained that they were wonderful. Everything naturally.
Better to look at.
Oh no, I got
love the flame.
Yes, it's in full bloom.
Right.
I think I've got some Claritin in the car. That I have it.
Is your camera too close up?
Non-native.
Macro. Well, yeah.
Hold on, I can zoom in a bit.
I've never been to that
Such an amazing looking.
All right.
My little granddaughter, she's 2.
There's different lighting on
She
it.
just got years.
Oh, okay. Very fractal.
And
Fractal reality.
All right.
It's not useful, right? Not really. I mean, it's pretty.
Yeah.
eye candy.
We can admire it.
Then that removes a little bit from the kind of inherent flavor. And then it's brought out with just a little butter.
What are they called?
It's called alyssum. And it's often in people's gardens. You can buy them in 6-packs. So yes, all of them are edible. Mustard family. With the hand lens, you can see it's got 4 petals.
They're at home.
Well, I had considered. Well, I would have. What I know that time you brought me to lunch and you had the kitty in your purse.
This this is, I think, eastern redbud. It's not our native redbud, but still the flowers are edible. When it's already done flowering, and it has these beautiful magenta like flowers, and you can harvest those and add them to your salad.
It's like, are they purple flowers? Like super bright purple flowers?
Yeah, not like the color. They're more like the color of this woman's beautiful skirt.
Right, right.
Kind of a magenta, burgundy, not purple
Not,
like yours.
yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
But yeah, the red buds you see all over the foothills, they just got done flowering. They're magnificent.
So you can eat
They,
flowers?
they grow really slow. Yeah.
You can eat those.
I planted a couple and they're growing really slow. Unfortunately. But yes, there's an ornamental
Sage.
sage.
Flowers are this color.
I haven't seen any rhodea.
No, not in town. They'd be blooming up in more wild areas. Yes.
That was one of the questions. The only thing I've ever heard of that they said be careful of is when you're digging up rhodea.
Oh yeah. Yes, dig it deep.
Oh, that looks like
And why
poison
it's
oak.
kind of like this all the time.
Is that poison oak?
And so I lived there 20 years, and now when the seasons change, it freaks me out.
This girl.
Forever. I was looking at
Yes, my hair gets more curly when it's in higher humidity.
I'm losing my voice now.
That's growing here. This is hops. It's not native, but it loves growing here along the river, and as you know, that's one of the main ingredients in one of my favorite beverages. And I have it growing at my house, so maybe I can harvest some hops and make my own beer. But it's a cumulus. It's all of this vine. These big leaves and these very deeply lobed. It grows wild. I mean, it is just taking over. It's a climber.
It's a great sense plant.
Yes. Cumulus is the genus, and it's a member of the Cannabaceae family.
Cannabis? I like that
people
one.
who did, they grow the hops plant, and the
I heard that one. Cannibalism?
and get marijuana-ized hops. So actually,
So you could smoke them or drink them. Hey, that's multi-use. I like that.
Well,
hot beer.
I've seen some beers that were labeled like that.
We need to keep moving because we're losing time. Sorry.
Amazing. Never thought. I never.
I'm going to show you the house. Yeah.
Keep popping. The plant hop.
Wait.
So what part of that leaf do they use? Do they use the whole leaf?
I've
You know,
never
the
heard them
hops
cracking
plant
with marijuana. Oh, that is
Makes
interesting.
a
They have the
long.
hemp beer. Maybe that's how they make hemp beer.
Yeah,
Maybe.
That's what
I mean the hemp plant
know?
makes a long, like a tail bud, and that's what they use. That's the hop.
Really?
Where she wants to go, up or down.
Okay, folks, I think we're going to wrap that up here. We're heading back to the library now. Did I hit that stupid thing again? There we go. Okay. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, and I hope you enjoy the show.